Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Harihi Om Gananāntva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavīnāmupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrunvannotibhisseeda Sadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhenama Vitriyavatu Ano Divo Bruhataf Parvatada Saraswati Yajatagantu Yajñam Vagdevyai Namaha Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti nah Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avatara Varisthaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Māṇḍūkya Upanishad with the Karika. We are already in the 5th and the 6th verse, but we are also giving the introduction so that it will be easy for the newcomers to understand. So now I'm going to start with the basic introduction, and then with that basic introduction I will go to the 5th and the 6th verses of the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. The first verse of the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad is telling that the syllable Om is all this. It is describing about Omkara, Pranava. Om Ityedaksharam idagam sarvam tasyopavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyaditi sarvam Omkara eva ichchanyat trikaladitam tadapyonkara eva. So this verse, the first verse, is taking us to the inquiry of Omkara. And what is the simple meaning of this verse? The syllable Om is all this. A clear and now follows a clear and complete exposition of that syllable Om. All this belonging to the past, the present and the future is Omkara only. And anything else which is beyond the 3 periods of time is also Omkara. This is the simple meaning of the first verse. So in the first 2 mantras, this Māṇḍūkya Upanishad introduces 2 types of inquiries. The first here in the first verse is Omkara Vichara, inquiry into Om. Analysis of Om is introduced in this mantra 1. Omkara means the syllable Om. Now the second mantra is Sarvagam Hetad Brahma Ayamatma Brahma Soyamatma Chatushpat. So the simple meaning of the second verse is all this is indeed Brahman. This Atman is Brahman. This Atma has 4 quarters. So the second mantra of the Upanishad, Māṇḍūkya Upanishad, is introducing us into the analysis of our own self. First it was the Omkara inquiry. Now it is inquiry or analysis into ourself, that is Atman. So the mantra 2 is Atma Vichara. The inquiry of the Atman or self is introduced. But the actual inquiry of the Atman or Brahman is conducted from the third mantra onwards. Mantra 3 to 7 deals with Atma Vichara, self-inquiry. Mantra 8 to 12 deals with again Omkara Vichara. So it was only introduced in the first mantra, but the detailed analysis of Omkara is done from 8 to 12 verses. The second mantra, the Atma Vichara or self-inquiry about our true nature, is introduced, but the details of the inquiry of Atman is done from the mantra 3 to 7. So this is the bird's eye view of this Mandukya Upanishad, which has only 12 verses. Now, let us not worry about this Omkara, which is, it is telling Omkara is everything in the creation, and a thorough, comprehensive and intimate analysis into the Omkara is going to be done. So we will look to that in the 8th to 12 mantra. When it comes, we'll go to the detail. Now we are concerned about the Atma Vichara, self-analysis of who we are. Is it not very important that we should know what is our true nature? We are all these days, all these life, all these years, we are thinking that we are this body, we are the mind, we are the bundle of character, we are the individuals with this ego, we identify with that. But there is something, the reality. So should we not know the reality of ourselves? So let us go into that. We have already dealt about that, but in spite of that, we have already gone to the 5th and the 6th verse, but we'll just give a little introduction so that the 5th and 6th verse will be clear. So now we shall go to the next part of the inquiry to know our true nature, that is our Atma Vichara, self-inquiry, self-analysis. Now, this Upanishads has very important message, is that our Atman, the self, has got 4 quarters or parts or components, or you can call it facets or aspects. Now, what are these 4 aspects of our true nature or our self? So that analysis starts in the 3rd mantra. Mantra 3 gives that. And what is that? Māṇḍūkya Upanishad. It divides the entire experienced universe into 3 segments. We think that generally the science introduces us only to the waking world. But our Upanishad, the science of Upanishad, our Sanatana Dharma, our Hindu Dharma, our Vedas, has a different explanation of this whole gamut of universe. So here, the Māṇḍūkya Upanishad divides the entire experienced universe into I'm telling you the experienced universe into three segments. Our Atman, when it is associated with this world, as four, the aspects of or facets are four. But here the Mandukya Upanishad is telling about the entire experienced universe which we perceive. What are the three? The Waker's universe, which includes this. In the waking state, we are experiencing the universe, having this globe. We are in this earth. There is a moon outside. Our earth is going around the sun, the solar system. Outside the solar system, there is this space, big space. And in that space, we have these galaxies, Milky Ways, so many stars, innumerable. We do not know. So all this in the waking world that we are experiencing. So that is the Waker's universe, which includes all of that universe. And not only the external nature, but our body, our mind, our ego, or all the thing within. The internal nature is also a part of this universe. So that is experienced in the waking state, only in the waking state. So this is the first facet. This Upanishad divides it as the waker's body, when our Atman, which is constant, is associated with the waker's body and the waking world. Now, the next aspect is, see, the whole gamut has to be covered. So the next aspect is the dreamer's universe, which includes the world in which we experience the dreams, so many dreams. And not only that, we have a dream body too. It's available. Excuse me, sorry for that. So this experience or this universe is available only in the dream state. Both the waker's and the dreamer's universe are different and mutually exclusive, but both are experienced by the eternal subject, that is ourself, Atman, is a constant. The subject is the reality, which is experiencing everything. The object, objectified waking universe, waking body, dreamer's body and dreamer's universe, they are constantly changing. They are only in name and form. They are objects. So that's why it is called mithya, untrue. They have borrowed existence. So they are called untrue. Now, the third facet is the deep sleep state, in which the waker's and the dreamer's universe are not experienced, but they are in the potential form. Everything is in the potential causal state in this deep sleep. So the universe obtained in the deep sleep, that's called Sushupti. The first facet is called Jagrat Avastha, waking. Second is Swapna, dreamers. Third, now we are going into the third aspect or the third facet of the Atman, that is the Sushupti, deep sleep state. Everything is in potential form, the world and the body. So now, even including the waking state, the dream state, and this causal universe are all untrue. Why? Because it's an object of our true self, that is Atman. It's only name and form. So it is going on changing. It is lost when you go to the other world. But Atman is constant. It is not at all changing, eternal. So this waking world, the dreamer's world, and the Sushupti, that is the deep sleep world, and the body, they are all mithya. They are only there as name and form, but in essence, they are the Parabrahman or the Atman. So I am Satyam. That is pure consciousness, not the ego, not the body, not the mind, but my true self, pure consciousness. Atman is the eternal truth. These three observed universes are mutually exclusive and they are objectified by my Atman, by my real nature, pure consciousness, Atman. So they are mithya, they have borrowed existence only. They are subject to arrival and departure. But I, the reality, my Atman, do not arrive and depart. The witness, the original witness, the Sakshi principle, who am aware of this waking universe in the waking state, the dreamer's universe in the dream state, and the causal universe in the deep sleep state. Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. Please remember the terminologies also. So I, the pure consciousness, am associated with all these three observed universes. How? Just as one person, the same person is called father when associated with the children, husband when associated with the wife, and the same person is called the son to the parents, depending upon his relationship with son, wife, and father. Similarly, I, my true nature, the Atman, the one observer, am given three different names. And as observer of the waking universe, I am called Pratama Pada, the first facet. There, I am experiencing my body, my ego, my habits, my individuality. So when I am associated with this body-mind complex, I am called Vishwa. When the same Atman, my true nature, is associated with the waking world, universe, external universe, I am called Vaishvanara. Microcosm and macrocosm. Then my own self, same self, when associated with the body-mind complex of the dream state. Then what am I called? I'm called Taijasa. The same Atman, my true nature, is associated with the dreamer's universe, microcosm. Then the same Atman gets the name Hiranyagarbha. Now the third facet. When we are in the deep sleep state, my body, my universe is in the potential form, external universe. So when I am associated, my true nature, Atman, is associated with the potential body. What is my name? What does my Atman get the name? My Atman gets the name Prajna. And associated with the potential world, whole, then I get the name Ishwara. So these are the three facets. We have studied that. Now we are going into the details. So that was all discussed now. These are the first three quarters, padas of our Atman. So we are dividing it, the real and the unreal. So it is mixed up. So what is the sadhana here? Even in yoga, Raj Yoga, we are separating the Prakriti from the Purusha, the pure consciousness from the material world. So we are now discriminating between the real and the unreal. Neti, neti, marga, not this, not this. In a negative way, we are separating that which is unreal. When we separate the real from the unreal, what remains? The real, and that is our true nature. So that is the process of the Vedanta, which is taking gradually to that goal. Now we have seen the three padas. Now we have to study the third pada, that is the Sushupti, very carefully, because it is very, very important. Why is it so important? Why should we study this one in detail? Because let us go to the fifth verse, then you will get an idea. And what is that? Yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamyate na kanchana swapnam pashyati tat sushuptam sushuptasthana ekibhutaha pragnana ghana evanandamayo hyanandabhuk cheto mukha pragnas tritiyaha padaha. In the deep sleep state, the deep sleep state is that where one is self-ignorant. One does not desire any external object and does not see any dream. The third quarter is called pragna, whose field is the sleep state, deep sleep state, who is undifferentiated, who is a mass of mere consciousness, who is full of ananda, who is the experiencer of ananda, and who is the gateway to the experience of the waking and the dream. So this portion is very, very important to be studied. What is that? This state, the deep sleep state, the experiencer of the ananda, is the gateway to the experience of the waking and the dream state. So this is what we have to now concentrate, focus. Now, what is it so important? Why should we study this in a deeper way? Because understanding this will bring us a new idea which we were not aware of this. This sleep state or deep sleep state is the link between the waking and dream states. All these days we were thinking that we are going from the waking state to the dream state and then to the deep sleep state. But here the Vedanta, the rishis of the Upanishads are telling that this deep sleep state or the deep sleeper is the link between the waking and the dream state. Is it something new? That's what that mantra told us, that portion, the second portion of the fifth mantra. What did it tell? It is telling this Sushupti, the Atman which is associated with this third pada, who is a mass of mere consciousness, who is full of ananda, who is the experiencer of the ananda. See, the important word is here is the gateway to the experience of waking and the dream state. So this is a new, very new concept. So studying this and understanding this, we get something special idea now. So we will go to the details of this aspect of this fifth mantra. So what is it? This sleep state, deep sleep state, Sushupti. So these terminologies, we can get used to all these terminologies. Is that Sushupti, this deep sleep state or the deep sleeper, is the link between the waking world, now which we are in now, and the dream state. Deep sleep state is the vestibule between the waking and dream state. So we'll understand this very carefully, very subtle. According to Vedanta, from the waking state, we never go to the dream state directly. Note it. According to Vedanta, from the waking state, we never go to the dream state directly. And similarly, we do not go to the waking state from the dream state directly. So, what is this speciality? What is this vestibule? Through this Sushupti, deep sleep state alone, we go to the other two states. Is this not a new idea for us? New concept? This is the truth. This is given by the rishis. What we think is not the reality. Now, even in this unreal world, experienced world, mithya, we do not know anything about it. So, we have to be aware. There is some truth in the untruth also, this world of untruth. So, according to Vedanta, from the waking state, which we are now in, we never go to the dream state directly. And similarly, we do not go to the waking state from the dream state directly. Then how? So, our Upanishad is stating, through the Sushupti, deep sleep state alone, we go to the two other states, waking and sleep. So, how is that connection? Waking to deep sleep and then to dream. And from the dream state to the deep sleep and then again waking. So, the common factor here is between these two worlds of waking and dream, the vestibule is deep sleep, Sushupti. Even when we seem to have woken up suddenly and directly from the dream state, we have not come from the dream state directly. That's what Upanishad is telling. Even when we seem to have woken up suddenly and directly from the dream state, there is Sushupti, there is deep sleep state of very short duration intervening that we are unable to recognize. So the Upanishad mentions this because to go from one state to another, we have to compulsorily drop our identification from one body and develop identification with other body. Why are we introducing these things? Why are we introducing this very important concept here? Because the Upanishad mentions this particular aspect, because to go from deep sleep state to the dream state and from the deep dream state to the deep sleep and to the waking state, switching from body to body, world to world, requires a small gap, and that gap is called deep sleep state, Sushupti. So now this deep sleep is the link between the waking and the dreamer, the waker and the dreamer. So what is the name of the Atman when identified with the Sushupti deep sleep state? Prajna. So Prajna is the link between Vishwa. What is Vishwa? Waking state. And Taijasa. What is Taijasa? The Atman, when you identify with the body of the dream state, it is called Taijasa. So Prajna, the Atman, when it identifies with the causal or potential body in the deep sleep state, is called Prajna. So Prajna is the link between Vishwa and Taijasa. So the Upanishad mentions this because we are now going to understand something. When we go from one state to another, we have to drop our identification with one body and develop identification with the other body. What is it so important? Many people ask us the question, how to drop our identification with this body, mind and ego and connect our identification with the Atman or Parabrahman, our true nature. Now we are doing it every day. So many times you are doing it. So that is the way similarly you can do with the Paramatman. So to bring that idea that you are every day, while going to sleep, while going to dream state, you are dropping your identity with that one particular body and the world and going to another. Each time, see, so many times you are dropping your identification. Similarly, you can switch over your identification with this body, mind, ego, individuality, with the reality that is Atman, with God. So to bring in that idea, how you can do that? See, this concept will help. That's why I took more time to make you understand. So the Upanishad mentions this fact because to go from one state to another, we have to drop our identification with one body and develop identification with the other body. So switching from the waker's body to the dreamer's body requires a small gap. And that small gap is called the deep sleep or sushupti state. The deep sleeper is the link between the waker and the dreamer. That is, prajna is the link between Vishwa and Taijasa. So what is this prajna? When the constant Atman, your true nature, Atman or Paramatman or Parabrahman, is called prajna when associated with the potential body or the causal body. And what is it saturated with? It is saturated with happiness, that is reflected happiness. We have given the difference between reflected happiness and the original happiness of the Atman. So now let us not go to that. We will just focus on this very important aspect. The sleeper's universe, that is the deep sleep universe, is in that everything is resolved with respect to him and is in detail explained in the 6th mantra. So let us now go and understand what the Upanishad is trying to tell in this 6th mantra. What is it telling? Esha Sarveshwaraha. This prajna, when the Atman, our own real nature, is associated with the causal body, it's called prajna. When this prajna or this Atman is associated with the deep sleep world, causal world, is called Ishwara. Esha Sarveshwaraha. Esha Sarvagna. Esho Antaryam Esha Yonihi. Sarvasya Prabhavapyayau Hi Bhutanam. That is the 6th verse. What is this 6th verse telling us? He is the Lord of all. Who? Your Atman, your true nature, when associated with the deep sleep, causal or potential world. He is the Lord of all. Why? We'll get the detail. Why he is called the Lord of all? Total universe. Why is he called Lord? He should be the Lord of only the potential universe, deep sleep state. But why is he called Lord of even the dream state and also waking state? We will get the idea now. He is the Lord of all. He is omniscient. Omniscient means all-knowing. Is it only about all-knowing of the deep sleep state? No. Omniscient means he is all-knowing. He knows everything of the deep sleep state, dreaming state, and also the waking. Everything, all about the galaxies, everything he knows. Not only that, in all these 3 states, there are 3 more states. What is that? Divisions. What is that? Past, present, and future. So this Ishwara, your own Atman, when associated with this deep sleep state, the world, external potential, not external, potential world, causal world, it's called Ishwara. This Ishwara knows everything. That's why it's called Sarvagnaha, all-knowing, omniscient. Is the Lord Sarveshwaraha, all the states. Is omniscient, all-knowing. Is the inner controller. Antaryamin, who is present in all the living beings and also in the world, is the inner controller. He controls the whole universe, everything, all the living beings and all the forces. He is the source of all. Yonihi means being the ground of origination and dissolution of all beings, into which everything resolves back. So this is the meaning of sixth mantra. Now your true nature, the Atman, don't confuse with your body, mind, ego, but your true nature, Atman, associated with entire universe. Your entire universe is not only the waking, entire universe has now resolved back into its potential form, to the seed form, causal form, in this deep sleep state. So it is entire universe. When your Atman, true nature, is associated with this entire universe in potential form, is called Ishwara. We mention the name Ishwara always, but we do not know who is Ishwara. Now you got the idea, you got the explanation, you got the meaning. What is Ishwara? When you own the real nature Atman, the Parabrahman or Paramatman, when he is associated with the entire universe in the potential form, he is called Ishwara. And what about Prajna? When your own true Atman is associated with your causal body, potential body in the deep sleep state, it's called Prajna. So we got the meaning. Then that is the microcosm and the macrocosm. Prajna and Ishvara are your own true nature Atman, one Atman associated with the deep sleeper's body and deep sleeper's world respectively. Now your own Atman, your own true nature, the Lord who is within you, your true nature, is the ruler of all. Is ruling everything, is the ruler, all controlling, is the ruler of all, because from this Ishvara alone, from this potential world alone, everything in the waking world evolves. The creation, it comes out of Ishvara, it comes out of this potential world, evolves. So when you go to the deep sleep, everything resolves back, pralaya. It is resolved back into its potential form, causal form. So that's why this Ishvara has omniscience, all the knowledge. Omniscience means Sarvagna, he knows everything. Not just the knowledge of one body, one mind, but the knowledge contained in the total universe. What is the total universe? Only the deep sleep causal universe? No. Only dream state? No. Only waking state? No. In the waking state, in the dream state, in the potential state, deep sleep state, there are three divisions again: past, present and future. He knows everything. Ishvara knows everything. So who is that Ishvara? Your true nature. When associated with resolved universe, potential universe, is called Ishvara. You are that. So you are having that power of omniscience. Because you are identifying with this puny body, puny mind, puny ego, you lost it. You have forgotten it. You have not lost it. It's still there. You have only forgotten it. So this Ishvara is omniscience, not just knowledge of one body and one mind, but the knowledge contained in the total universe, the past, present and even yet to be discovered future. All that knowledge, all in potential condition. So since we are the Atma Swarupa, this Atman has become that Ishvara, your real nature. So since we are also Atma Swarupa. Real nature is Atman. You can claim your status as Atman, not as your body, mind, ego complex. Then you will get that Sarvagnatva, the Lordship and everything. But the main problem is, when we use the word I, we invariably identify with our ego, body, mind, and that bundle of character and individuality. That's why this body identification is an obstacle to the absorption of Vedic teaching. So in the Taittiriya Upanishad, another great Upanishad, the man of wisdom, the man of experience who has realized this Atman, claims he is everything, is all pervading consciousness. So this is the way you have to meditate. This is your sadhana. How not to identify with this puny body, mind and ego. You have to identify with the highest. So the Gnani, the man of wisdom, is our role model. What will he do? What is Taittiriya Upanishad is telling about him? That man of wisdom who has realized his true identity with his real nature claims he is everything, all pervading, everywhere. Consciousness, pure consciousness, awareness. Then what is our notion? Is that we are in this world, whereas the man of realization was identified with the Atman. Gnani's knowledge is that the world is in him. Whole universe is in him. That is the difference. We think ordinarily that we are in this world, but the Gnani, man of realization, his idea is the whole universe is in him. The consciousness. May be very difficult, but that is the truth. Truth is always difficult. But it is possible. It is not that it is impossible. It's possible. It may be tough, but it is possible. Then what should we do? We have to work for it. You have to pay the price. That is sadhana. That is meditation. That is Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. That is the means of knowledge. So our true nature, the Atman, is inherent in everyone. Is it present only in your body, in your mind, in you? No. This Atman, the pure consciousness, this verse, the sixth verse is telling, it is present in every living being, everyone. So that is what this mantra is telling. Isn't that grand idea? We are getting so many beautiful truths, isn't it? Even though the truth is one, we are getting different aspects of truths. So now deep sleeping, the deep sleeper's world is the cause of the waker's and the dreamer's world. Because why? It is in the causal form. What do you mean by causal? Karana Sharira. Causal means it causes everything else. The whole world of the dream and the waking is resolved back to its potential form. Now, from here, it will be projected out again. So, this deep sleep world, the deep sleeper's world is the cause, is the origin of the waking world, universe and dreamer's world. Because both of them resolve into sleeper's world only in its potential form, in the seed form, just like the tree comes out of the seed. Where was the tree, that big tree? It was resolved, it was in the potential form. Then it became kinetic, it got evolved. So if something has to evolve out of a seed or something, then it should be involved already. This involution is this resolved back, the causal form. So, the sleeper's world is the cause, the deep sleep world is the cause of the waking world and the dreamer's world, because both of them resolve into the sleeper's, deep sleep's world only. The words Lord of all, here it has been given Ishvara, Sarveshwara. This word is used here, Lord of all, and Sarvagna, omniscient, means the Lord or Ishvara is the intelligence cause. While in the creation, suppose you are going to create something, a product, there should be three things. What are the three things, important things to be present? Suppose the potter is now going to create a pot. So, how will you divide these three things here? Three things are necessary. To make a pot, mud is necessary. Mud is the material, clay. So, clay is the material cause. Then you have the instruments, the wheel, the stick, and so many other things to make the pot instrument. So, they are the instrumental cause. Then there should be a person whose intelligence and the idea who makes it. So it's called the efficient cause. So these things, three things are required for anything to be created, whether an industrial product or any other thing. Anything which has to be produced or created has to have these three things. What are they? Material cause, the matter with which everything is done. Then the instrumental cause, the instrument with which is done, the machineries and other things. Then the idea is given by somebody, the brain power of that human being or somebody. So he makes it, he does it, everything. So it's called the efficient cause. Three things are required for any creation. So this world, then what about this creation of the world? Also needs these three things. So what is the material cause? Your Atman, God, pure consciousness, God, Ishvara. Then what is the efficient cause? Ishvara, your Atman. What is the instrumental cause? God also. So in the external world, they are all different in creation, ornaments, pot, or anything in the world. But the creation of this universe is only one thing. Efficient cause, material cause, and the instrumental cause, only one, that is Ishvara. So that is stated here in this Upanishad. What is that? The word Lord of all. And another word, omniscient, Sarvagnaha, Sarveshwaraha. That means it is the intelligent cause, that is the efficient cause. The intelligence, the will which creates this world is Ishvara. Then there is another word, Yonihi. The source means it's the material cause. So what is the example? Have you seen a spider? Purnanabhi. In Sanskrit it is called Purnanabhi. How does the spider weaves its cobweb? So from its own body, from the stomach, Nabhi means the navel. So it brings out the thread of the cobweb and then it weaves the cobweb. Who is doing that? The spider. The spider is using its brain power to do that cobweb, its universe. So it is efficient cause, the intelligent cause. How is it producing? With its own body, inside the body, the cobweb is brought out, the cob or the thread is brought out. So it is the material cause. Then instrument with its leg and other things it weaves. The spider itself, Purnanabhi. Likewise, this whole universe, who is the efficient cause? Ishvara. Who is the material cause? Ishvara. Who is the instrumental cause? Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? When your own Atman, associated with the Sushupti, the causal world, is called Ishvara. So your true nature, that is your true nature. So the word source means here the material cause, yonihi. Thus Ishvara alone is both efficient or intelligent cause and material cause, and even the instrumental cause of all this universe. What is meant by material cause? I gave you the explanation. It is the source, it is the matter of origination of all the things. It is the source of the origination of all things and beings, not only things, beings too. There are two things in this world, sentient and insentient, living and non-living. Both comes from the Lord himself. The Ishvara alone is both cause for intelligent and material cause of this entire universe in all the three states, past, present and future, and waking, dreaming and causal, Sushupti. So the Lord, this Ishvara, is the source. It is the source, origination of all the things and beings, and is also the ground of resolution. When Pralaya, when drawn back, that's why Shiva Pralayakari means he resolves everything. It goes back to him. Is the ground of resolution. So another example to make it clear is ocean. Take the example of the ocean. So how can the ocean explain? So in the ocean you see a lot of waves. Where did the waves come from? What is the cause of the waves? So many waves you can see. Ocean is the source of all waves. Then where will that ocean or the bubble which comes up on the ocean go back, resolve back to the ocean? Millions and millions of waves come. Like that, millions and millions of creation, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, sustenance and dissolution. And again Srishti, again waves come, go resolve back. It will be there for some time. The bubble will be there on the ocean for some time. The wave will be there, again goes back. Like that, all this world, it's coming up and going back and coming up and going back, projected and resolved, taken back. So where is it taken back? To this deep sleep state, Ishvara, the potential form, the causal form. So that's why what is meant by material cause? It is a source of origination for all things and being, and it is a ground of resolution, just as in the ocean. Ocean is the source of all the waves, and after rising and staying there for some time, it's also ground of the resolution of all the waves. The waves go back to the ocean. So the waker, the waking world, or the person, the Atman, when it is associated with the waking body, is the source of all dream. So you dream only what you have seen in the waking world, isn't it? So the waker is the source of all dream world, and the waker is the ground for the resolution of all dream world. But Ishvara, who is associated with the Sushupti, the causal potential world, is the cause of origination, sustenance and resolution. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, every day you are undergoing creation, sustenance, maintenance and then resolution. Every day. You think after maybe 1,000 years after the Kali Yuga it is happening. No, every day it is happening. So this Ishvara, who is the Lord, who is the cause of the origination, sustenance and resolution of this whole world and universe. So who is that? When your Atman, pure nature, is associated with the potential world, it's called Ishvara. So you are the cause, you are the, everything is happening from you. That is your true nature, don't confuse with your body-mind complex, the Atman, pure consciousness. Now in the previous mantra, he was called Prajna. And in this mantra, the Atman, when associated with the potential Sushupti, deep sleep body, he was called Prajna. In this mantra, the very same, your own Atman, true nature, pure consciousness is called Ishwara. So Prajna and Ishwara put together is called the third quarter, third facet of Atman. What is the first facet? Vishwa and Virat or Vaishvanara. Second facets, Taijasa and Hiranyagarbha, dream state. Now in the Sushupti, deep sleep state, Prajna and Ishvara now covers the whole 3/4 of the Atman, your true nature. Now, next, the fourth quarter, the fourth aspect of your true nature, Atman, is described in the 7th mantra. The first 3/4 of the facet or pada is described, are the Atman associated with the unreal, 3 types of an Atman, that is the waking, the dream, and the Sushupti, deep. So you are that pure Atman. Now what is the fourth state? The 3 states of Atman we have understood. They are all unreal, anatman. They are changing. Then what is the fourth state? Turiya. It's not a state. Turiya is your pure consciousness, your own Atman, not associated with anything, but dissociated from this unreal worlds, from the unreal, dissociated. See now how our Upanishad took you to the separation. When your pure consciousness, your own Atman, is dissociated or disassociated from the unreal 3 worlds, the anatman, that which is not God, just pure, simple Atman, no mixture, no admixture, pure Atman, pure consciousness. So this is explained in the 7th mantra of the Mandukya Upanishad. This mantra is the main teaching. This Upanishad says that liberation, mukti, is possible only through the knowledge of this turiya, the fourth. The knowledge of the first 3/4 is useful only to dissociate, to understand the unreal and separate yourself. But that knowledge cannot give you liberation. Now, from here, from the 7th mantra, Shankaracharya's guru is Govindapada. Govindapada's guru, Paramaguru, that is of Adi Shankaracharya, is Gaudapada. So now Sri Gaudapada Acharya introduces his commentary, the Karika, the glossary. It's not commentary, it is glossary. Karika means glossary. At this point, consolidating the first 3/4. So now from here, Gaudapada's Karika also starts. So now you have to dissociate with all these 3 aspects, the unreal, the anatman, the ungodly things. What is that? When your Atman is associated with the waking body, waking world, dreamer's body, dreamer's world, Sushupti body, deep sleep potential world, potential body, dissociated, pure consciousness, not associated with anything, pure, simple. That is Turiya, fourth aspect. That is the truth. That is pure consciousness. That is your true nature. So nice to meditate, isn't it? This is the way how our Upanishad is separating the mixed thing, everything. Maya has mixed up all these things, real and unreal, light and darkness. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrutyorma amrutangamaya. You're proceeding from this death to immortality. So this is immortality. Knowing this, having this knowledge is immortality. That is the Turiya, that is your true nature, that is pure Atman, simple. Isn't it wonderful? So I think we have completed our time. We will stop our conversation here. We will go to the details of the 7th mantra. So to get into this point, I had to go to the introduction again. So like that, we'll be going back and then coming and then establishing. So next week, there will be some introduction and then we will come to the 7th mantra. We have finished the 5th and the 6th mantra. So we will be, in the next class, we'll be going to the 7th mantra. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Are there any questions? Are there any doubts in the live chat? So YouTube live chat, there are some questions. Sid Ray. Swamiji Pranam. Swamiji, why is it called the causal world? Meaning of causal is, it causes everything. That is the source of everything. Since you cause something, suppose if you are a householder, you are married and you have children. Who caused the children? Who is the cause of those children? You. They have come from you. So you are the cause. So that's why it's called causal. So that's why I told that aspect of the mantra is, that's the vestibule. We think that we are going from waking state to the other thing. No, this is the source. Ishwara. That Sushupti is the source of everything. That's why it is in the potential form. Now seed is the cause of the tree. So the tree is in the causal form. So that's why it's called causal. Karana. In Sanskrit it is called Karana, the cause of everything. Karana Sharira. So in our distinct body, we have 3 bodies. The gross body, then within that is the subtle body, then within that is the causal body. That is your desires in the seed form, the vasanas, the desires, the tendencies. They cause the subtle body and because your desire is giving you this body and this life. It's called the seed form of the desire, deep desires, is called causal body. Likewise, this is called causal. That's the meaning. Then Sidre again, Swamiji, what is potential form or potential world? Same thing. Causal and potential means, see now, in physics and other chemistry, you can learn that kinetic and potential. See, interconvertibility of matter and energy. So matter, you know that in the nuclear explosion or nuclear fusion or nuclear fission, so now matter is converted into energy. So when converted into energy, it is kinetic form. It is expressed. It is manifested. Now, when that same energy, it goes back to its cause, it is matter. It's called, it's in its, the energy is in its potential form, causal form. So that is the interconvertibility from energy to the potential form. The potential matter, which is in the causal form, when it manifests, that is energy, that is kinetic. So causal is called potential. It is in its potential form. Seed, the tree is in the potential form, that is a seed. When the seed grows, takes everything from this thing and becomes, that is kinetic, it is expressed. So that is the thing of the causal and the potential. Any other questions, any other doubt?
Om Swamiji.
Yes, Colin Chettiji, please tell.
Swamiji, this idea that only the deep clear state is that prajna, you said, was the cause of the waking state. I thought that it was the other round. If you if you were not alive, for instance, you cannot be in a sleeping state. I mean, well, some would say you are asleep, but you're not in a sleeping state. You are dead, right? So how can it be that if you're in a deep state is the cause of the waking state or the dream state? That was the one question. The other question was, it seemed as though Sigmund Freud copied everything from the Upanishads.
So everybody gets the idea from outside, isn't it?
Mm.
But everybody gets the idea from after you get the idea from you. Where did it manifest from? The knowledge is already there within you. So nobody can claim copyright. Now gravity, was it sitting for Newton for the apple to fall or to discover?
It's always
It was
been
already there.
Mm.
And the falling of the apple was only a suggestion which revealed or removed the screen of ignorance from the mind of Newton. And the knowledge which was already there in Newton got manifested, that's all. So it was in the potential form or the causal form, the knowledge was already there within you. That's why Vivekananda tells education is the manifestation of perfection which is already within man. It's already there. The teacher, the books, the internet, the observation of the nature, the guru only are triggering something by which the ignorance is removed and the knowledge manifests, that's all. Whether Sigmund Freud or anything, the knowledge was already there. Whether he copied it from somewhere outside, so he removed that by that copying. Some people, by meditation and purification of the mind, it is revealed inside, the same thing. So even in Sigmund Freud, the same Atman, what is Atman or God called as? Infinite consciousness, absolute. When that consciousness manifests, comes down to this world, it is manifested as knowledge, that's all. So infinite knowledge, absolute, is God. That you are, that is your Atman. So you tell that how can a dead person can manifest all this waking world? It is the waking world which is taking us. So what is dead here? Only when you give up the body, that is called death. But you are not dead, you are still there. You exist as Atman. Only the body died, that's all. So, but the deeper thing is, when you go to sleep, even if somebody pours something to your mouth, you do not know at all. You are carried with your cot for hundreds of kilometers. You are not aware of it at all. If somebody draws so many pictures on your face, you are not aware of at all. Is that not death? You are dead to the world for that short time. Every day we are dying. We are again coming back. So birth, death, and again going to the causal state, and again being born is happening every day. And that in a bigger form is the death which we see after we give up our life. And the much bigger form is of the macrocosm, that is the pralaya, dissolution, that's all. Okay, any other questions?
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Om, any other questions? Any other doubts? Okay, if there are no doubts, no question, then we can conclude with the prayer. See, I have told you, Shrikant, please bring in relevant questions connected with the Upanishad. So don't bring in irrelevant question which is not connected with the study of this present Upanishad. When we are dealing with Ramakrishna, when we are dealing with Sharda Devi, we will do that. They are the same Atma Swarupa. They are the same Parabrahma Swarupa. What is the difference? They are the Ishwara. Parameshwara, Parameshwari. That's all. So let us not mix up things. Let us now concentrate, focus on the Upanishad. So let us be focused on what we are studying. When we are studying about Ramakrishna and Sharada Devi, let us bring in all these things. Okay. Otherwise, it will become hodgepodge, confusion, mixture. Okay. If there are no questions, no doubts, we will conclude with the prayer. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Namaste. Om Namo Narayanaya.